Today's filter is an old man, because this is kind of what the old man that I saw walking super, 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 super slow across the street look like. Today's topic is about speed and aggression, and how it's a sign of the times. So I have this old man filter, and I have this AI generated. I was just messing with the AI. You can see the cars are like driving through each other and shit. The AI is doing weird shit. But I just tried to recreate something that I saw today on during work, which I work as a real estate photographer. So I'm like running all over the city on shoots and like rushing from one shoot to the next, because that's how you make money as a real estate photographer. You got to book as many shoots as possible and like get through them, right? So I'm all over the city, right? A big urban metropolitan city. And I was rushing to one of my shoots. I was already late, and I had already called the broker, let them know I'm like, sorry, running late. And then of course, because you always have to expect the unexpected in a very dense urban environment, like construction, some traffic accident, like something. And this was an incident during it was like a multi-lane, multi-street intersection. I mean, it was like a really dense, busy intersection, which is the epitome of an area where the speed and aggression of the city coagulates, if you will. Like, I don't even know how you describe it, but it's like there's one street that has 4 lanes, 2 lanes one way, 2 lanes another way. There's another street with 4 lanes, two each way, and then there was a third intersection. It was like a 3-street multi-lane intersection. It was like fucking intense. And there was this dude. I just pulled this generator. This guy's walking fast. The AI made this dude walk fast. The dude that was walking the street today was not walking that fast. He was literally walking like this, like this, like that, like literally like so slow. And then he would just stop. He would just stop. It's like he looked like he wandered out, like he looked like he was supposed to have an aide, and he wandered out of the facility because he looked like he didn't know where the fuck he was, what he was doing, where he was going. He looked like he couldn't see shit. Like how he even, I was like, oh my God. And so I remember, so I'm late, and everyone's rushing, cars are beeping, and there's this old dude, and I'm thinking like, okay, I wasn't like, I was like, do I need to get out of the car to help this dude? Like, I mean, I was literally about to, and then this dude, well, it took a minute because everyone was stopping. Like cars stopped in the whole middle of the intersection. My light wasn't green, so I didn't have to worry about it. Like I just assumed he would just shuffle really slowly across the street, right? Which is what he did. But um, and I would just maybe miss a light. I would miss the left turn, because it was a left turn. I was making a left turn. That's all I assumed. I was like, okay, I'll miss the light. Well, the guy, but because he was like spaced out and just would just stop, like it was like he couldn't see shit. And it was like so many cars. It was like literally cars like this, dude. It was crazy town. But just this guy looks like he knows where he's going in this AI. The guy that I saw today, maybe once I get better at writing prompts, I could create a more realistic like of what. But the guy today looked like he should not have been let out of the home wherever he was, because he was just like completely just looked like this, and just walking in a walker, like super, like just he could barely walk, like he couldn't see at all. And it just, you're just busy, 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 go, 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 right? Like it took me a minute to fucking process. I'm not like what I was supposed to do, right? And like everyone's looking around at each other, like we're like, well, is the other person gonna get out of the, like, do I need to get out of the, I didn't know if I needed to get out of the car or not. I didn't know if he was just gonna keep going. Like it took me a minute to process that he was more incapacitated, because I'm used to stopping for elderly and waiting for them to cross the street, or a mom with a baby in a stroller. I mean, you get that a lot, and they take their time crossing the street. I mean, this is just part of urban things, like, and the thing is that even the when I'm like walking and I'm crossing these streets, and this was a large intersection, right? Even when you have the walk sign on, you have to run. Like sometimes you have, as a normal, healthy person, to make the timeline to cross the street, you have to motherfucking jog. You gotta have a pace, man. Like, let alone some old dude that's like shuffling like that. Like these are too fast. The guy that the way and his clothes were all falling off. Dude, it was this one guy ended up getting out of the car, the car next to me, because the guy was in front of that car. So he got out and he helped the guy, but the guy couldn't walk any faster. So even when the guy got out of the car to help the guy across the street, he had to walk at the same pace as the guy, because like the guy couldn't walk any faster than this. Like he just, and that's the thing, like it was such a contrast between the speed and aggression of our modern day lives, especially at a multi-lane, multi-street intersection, which really emphasizes the speed and aggression of things, and people are turning and lights, and and then this really, 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 really slow dude trying to cross the street, and I remember thinking, like, which is fucked up. I remember, like, because normally when someone either drives slow, like when you're in this constant state of like, you got to go, you got to get there, you got to be on time, because especially when I mean, a lot of people like have things where they got to be somewhere, they got to just be on, and like even our whole culture is set up to just run, 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 go, 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 like, and you just get caught up in that whole momentum, because if you don't, you become you become a a distraction. Or sometimes, like, for example, I got a speeding ticket on a street that is ironic that I got a speeding ticket on, because everyone speeds on this motherfucking street. Like, the speed limit's 40 miles per hour, but if you don't keep pace with the traffic, which is on average at least 60 or 65 miles an hour, you become um you can cause an accident. So actually going the actual speed limit on this street is almost a detriment, because everyone on that street is going at least 60, 65. Like, it's like, like, I just feel like I don't know how to escape the speed and aggression of like the whole culture, you know? And like, to be like, I didn't want to have to be the one to have to go out and like walk this guy across the street, because I was already 15 minutes late to my appointment. I feel like that's part of the reason why we like hate old people. We fucking hate them. Just get the fuck out of the way, old people, and go in your fucking old lady's home, because you're a fucking drag and you're in the fucking way. Like, but the thing is, it's like the whole culture kind of emphasizes and facilitates that kind of thinking, because everyone's just got to be go, 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 go. Like, and if you're not just go, 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 and like really productive and just come on, keep it moving. Like, and even the street lights, bitch, you better fucking run across the street before it fucking starts beeping. Like, sometimes, like, even for normal people, you gotta fucking rush across the street to make it across the street on time. Dude, it's like, so that's why I feel like total non-compassionate thoughts occurred in my head, because I was like fucking late, and I was like, go fucking figure, this dude has to literally get in my fucking way. Like, and the thing is, that's like all of us at some point, if we're lucky to even have any fucking help, and the truth is, this dude needed way more help, okay, than just crossing the motherfucking street. Matter of fact, it was nice of that guy in the truck next to me to help him, you know, but then what? The dude obviously, and how the fuck is the mofo gonna get back across the street? Where was he coming from? And where was he even going? looking like he didn't even know where he was going. Like, so the guy did the right thing in the car next to me by getting out and helping the old man. How is he gonna get back to where he's supposed to go? And that's the thing. Like hindsight 2020. I like rushed off. Like once I was gonna stop and like see what the fuck was. I was gonna have to get out and help the dude. I wasn't gonna have a choice because the dude was not even moving, right? But another dude beat me to the punch. Which I was kind of glad for because that way I didn't have to be even more late to my motherfucking appointment. And the broker was already pissed I was late. I tried to explain what happened, but people don't give a fuck. There were cars all in the intersection and shit, and like in the middle of the street, and like it just literally disrupted the entire. This old man shuffling across the street literally interrupted the entire multi-lane, multi-street it was like a triple street multi-lane intersection this because he wasn't keeping up with the pace, the speed and aggression of things, right? It literally disrupted all of it. Like cars were beeping, cars were stuck in the middle of the intersection. I feel like that's why we're all so like anxious and stressed, and it's like, 'cause we just gotta go. Keep it moving, motherfuckers. Gotta keep it moving. I feel like it's like in order to go against like the grain and not keep pace with the speed and aggression of things, you have to like just literally, you have to be like really mindful and present, because you can just, it's almost like you just go into this like vortex mode and you're just like, like it's like blinders, like, like, and you don't, you're just like rushing to get here. They're just like, rush, 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 get here. You don't see what's going on around you. And then if someone gets in your way, you get more like angry at them and irritated at them. I mean, it was like all the cars driving all willy-nilly. It was kind of like that. I mean, the AI got that part a little bit right, but they just got the guy walking too fast. This guy's walking fast. This guy's got a clip, dude, but not the dude. And he just, I don't even know, man. So there's a spiritual teacher whose teachings I have studied. You can see from here he's buck wild, very controversial teacher. Mofo was buck wild, but anyway, he was a spiritual genius. I don't understand how sometimes these mofos are like spiritual geniuses and they're buck wild. I don't. I'm not making any excuses for any of his behavior, but I'll just take his wisdom and leave it at that. But anyway, he wrote or he spoke or taught extensively on like speed and aggression. Trungpa Rinpoche, Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche. Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche often equated speed with aggression, suggesting that rushing through life and situations without mindfulness and consideration is a form of aggression. This is because when we are moving too quickly, we are not present, we are not aware of our surroundings, and we are not able to respond compassionately. Ooh, snap. In essence, speed becomes a barrier to seeing things clearly and acting with wisdom and compassion. Dude, that's exactly what the fuck happened today. I mean, I was just so caught up in the speed and aggression of just like bit, 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 and like, and then when you're just driving in traffic, you get really caught up in it that way, you know? It's like, here's a more detailed explanation of Trungpa Rinpoche's perspective. Speed as a manifestation of ego. Trungpa Rinpoche believed that the pressure of ego is speed. The pressure of ego speed is what causes aggression and stupidity. When we are carried away by speed, we don't have time to examine anything, to see things truly as they are. That's the truth. because you're just running, just like go. Like you just gotta go. You gotta, oh, come on, hurry up, get the fuck out of the way. Everyone, get the fuck out of my way, everyone. Speed and garbage. He also stated that as we drive ourselves through speed, we collect all kinds of garbage, which is passion, grasping, and negativity. This garbage clogs our perception and prevents us from acting with clarity and compassion. The role of compassion. Trungpa Rinpoche emphasized the importance of compassion as a way out through speed and aggression. He suggested that a flash of compassion can slow us down, allowing us to see things more clearly and act more wisely. Because really, the truth is that old man needed help. Like, he needed a lot of help, but in that immediate moment, he needed help getting across the street. He needed more help than that. He needed help getting back to where he was located. But it's like you have to like totally stop everything you're doing to really help that person properly. Seriously, you gotta probably call 311 or some shit. Get a cop to come or help escort the dude. It's gonna take a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the kind of situation that this dude needed, right? Speed and misunderstanding. When we are overly ambitious and speedy, we may fail to realize the details of what someone else actually needs. From their perspective, we can become clowns pretending to help, and from our perspective, we are rushing to make a quick fix, which can create a thicker skin of resistance in the other person. The benefits of slowing down. When we slow down, we can see things more clearly, become more efficient, and our work becomes more precise. We can afford to relax and cultivate a more compassionate attitude. Aggression as an obstacle. Trungpa Rinpoche also emphasized that aggression is an obstacle to seeing and understanding the truth. To overcome aggression, he suggested the importance of developing a state of mind based on non-ego and non-speed. The importance of practice. He also stated that without an actual practice of sitting meditation, nothing can be heard or seen to its fullest extent. Through discipline, we can gradually begin to branch out in the real world with greater clarity and compassion. So that's this dude. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that. It's just so hard to apply, I found. And today I failed my compassionate test because I was just more annoyed at the dude, because my immediate reaction is to be like, whatever it is, whether it was that dude or it was like a slow driver or it was like having to wait. Even I get impatient even having to wait for an ambulance to drive past. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta stop this dumbass ambulance. Like seriously, like, and it's like you just, I mean, I've gotten better at trying to leave earlier so I'm not rushing to places, but sometimes you can't escape it, and it's just like, how do you not get caught up? Like I still am working on that. I suck at it at the moment. Like I get caught up in the speed and aggression of everything around me, and my compassion just goes out the window. Just saying.